Hey guys. Hey guys, what y'all doing again? This is about the truth. So I have been writing a lot of stuff down lately. It's gonna be a quick stream live. Uh Now I've been writing, as y'all see, I'm writing a lot. Alright, so let's get started. Welcome to my name is Gucci Diamond, the Spirit Empress of Love. I do want people to tune in with me. I don't get it, like how y'all go in and out, but I don't care. Now, what I have been writing down is we're doing tarot today, and God gave me these messages. Psalms 142 verse 4. I have looked at my right hand, behold, but what was is no man that who holds to know me. The refuge has failed me, no man who cares, as it says. And thy mercy cut off my enemies, and who destroys all of them effectively to me. And in my soul, for I am thy servant. So I want to get on here and I want to just value the truth. Please subscribe and like my videos. Um, let's get to it. So I looked at my right hand, and thus behold, there was no man that who would know me. Okay, and this is what God is trying to say. Okay, okay. Seven of Swords, Six of Swords. Okay, Seven of Swords, Six of Swords. Okay, Five of Wands. What else? Three of Swords. Three of Swords. So we have Seven of Swords, Six of Swords, Five of Wands, and Three of Swords. Okay, and Three of Wands. Okay. Leaving the house with all the swords, trying to fly, gathering information on fake profiles, gathering people to put down and start conflict, start devotion. Three of Swords is not fixing the situation. And Three of Wands, the three lights that looks where it is going. Okay. Okay. The Nine of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Wands, the Four of Wands. Okay. Sleepless nights, a night to come in to save the day is shining armor. The Knight of Wands is gathering by the karmic, is trying to celebrate a party or a union or gathering people in groups logically. Okay. Eight of Pentacles. And then the King of Swords in reverse. King of Swords is in reverse. Why? Of the Ten of Wands. Okay. Now, the King of Swords is undecided by co-creating by Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is creating a content outlaw, creating something in the moment. Ten of Wands is that so much dust, so much things that gather around a person has relied on the good things in life. Now, we may reciprocate it two way that if you're going to decide to do the right thing, but you along having sleepless nights and you trying to celebrate something as the Queen of Wands or the Empress or the Emperor is in shock of shame because the Empress is in protection. And why is that? Hermit, Virgo. Hermit mode is grounding yourself, staying still, letting the moments and let God receive what has been taken. I looked at my right hand and I hold, but was no man that would know me. I refused to fail of me. Now, when God said he refused to fail of him, he means saying that the right hand that he holds and that the people that who's dwelling in these union celebrating groups, they are trying to put down this empress, and put down an empress is never going to happen because the union of God combines itself. It comes within yourself. And if you refuse to fail me, God will never let nothing fail because God is only going to let things to succeed. And no man cares for my soul. So God carries a soul within us. God knows that if a man cannot care for his soul, that is his temple, a woman's temple. And of thy mercy, cut off my enemies. So gathering people and gathering conflict, you're gathering. God is gathering all the enemies to be cut off. And who destroys all of them has affected my soul, for I am a servant. So when God said, who affects my soul, I am a servant. Okay? Page of Wands. The Page of Wands. I am thy servant. Two of Pentacles. Riding away along the meadows. So when you know that if you enter not into the judgment, will be thy servant. For those whose sight shall be no man who live by justify. So if we live in justice, we have to justify our ways, what we use in our energies. We have to pull back for what we want. Now, Every wise woman has her house, but the foolish plucker it down with her hands. So when we pluck things like pick me, right? We are saying to God that if we plucker our fruits of our harvest, and our harvest becomes the growth of wheat, harvest is the seed that we put inside of our seeds. And if we don't know what I'm saying is, when you harvest your seeds, when you plant fruitfully, you want to stand still and be at home and let God come in to do the rest of your beings. See, the heavens can rejoice. Heavens can be what God wants to be justified for everything. When a woman built her house, but not the foolish are pluck her down by her hands. So her hands is the healing part. The hands that who build and nurtures. See, we want to come life in peace, but we want to come life into wealth. Okay? Let's see what else God got for us. Okay? The Ten of Pentacles. Okay? The Empress had won this victory. God said, if you're going to be still in the moment. Be still when I say be still. Fearing the Lord in all I do, but fearing the love that God can give you. Now, now, as being upon God, it's like God comes to you in the way that He comes to you. He does not doubt the things that we do accordingly. And it's by law. Okay? And He says, I have opened my mouth and painted. The longest that I came to the commandments, I look upon to those who mercify unto me and those who upset, those who love thy name. God said, love his name, but love his glory. Love the complete by faith, but love in the devotion of him. So the Empress made a 10 of Pentacles by rejoicing with her love. And if the union has came, this karmic is just looking at the cards like, okay, I want to love him, but he doesn't love me the way he loved you. How to love a person when you combine the love is to nurture the love. And to order my steps in the words, but let not be equality to my dimension over me, domain over me. Somebody don't want me to say something, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Deliver me from my obsession of man to what I would keep procent. Make thy face shine upon the servant who teaches thy status. The river of water will come down to my eyes because to keep them in thy law. So, if we keep God's commandments in thy law, we become who we are. Okay? The Ten of Pentacles. The righteousness, O Lord, comes to the upright to thy judgment. The world's card. The world card of this Empress, the world is in her hands, but the world is also means that she has completed all the cycles that God gave her in the works. Okay. The testimony, though, has commended the righteousness into their very being faithful. So when you're faithful to God, you become faithful to Him. Okay. Which that God says the lovers. Okay. Hear my voice according to the love kindness, O Lord. Quicker than me, I according to the judgment. They will draw out for who are mischief. They as far from thy law. By the ark, O Lord, all I commanded is our truth. Now, this couple knows the truth. God put divine and divine feminine and divine masculine together in one. Okay? It is called twin flames. Twin flame journey is based on what God came in to do. It is divine timing. But see, it's game over for all the karmics. You can't hold love unless love hold you. At the end of the day, love conquers power over a couple. So, as pleading the clause, I deliver me quickly, I according to thy word. Salvation goes as far as the wicked who seek these statues. Now, when God put these two beautiful couples together, you will build the city to complex. Whether your tribes go up as the tribe of the Lord, and the testimony of Israel that who giving thanks in the name of the Lord. Okay, the chariot. Chariot is to move. You gotta move. When you move with your life, you move as quickly. You move the way God moves. You move in the statutes of God to have understanding and knowledge. Okay, I lift my eyes unto the hills, for which has come to help. My help came from the Lord, which I made in the heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy feet will be moved. Okay, God is saying, my help comes to the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He has no suffering thy foot moved, that he will keep thee, will not when you stumble. Behold, as a keeper of Israel, who slandered were near no sleep. Okay, so when God said be slandered near no sleep, he means sleep. You see the bed. He said you will not slander with no sleep. But thy Lord is a keeper, and the shade is in the right hand. The nine of swords is according to what God wanted to be, not those that who want. So if you're not sleeping, if you're feeling like you're overwhelmed, you're feeling like that somebody's trying to hold you back for what you really want in life, just tell them to hold back. Just hold back from what they want to hear and want to see. Okay? Now, as I was glad that they said unto me, let's go into the house of the Lord. Okay. Okay. Page of Swords. Okay. It says, what shall be given unto thee? What shall be done unto thee, thy false tongue? Sharp as an arrow, but the coil is of Jupiter. Who is to me, I have sojourned me, search, so submit that I dwell in the tent of Kedar. Okay. Now, we know now it also says this, for that I will trust in the Lord, a mountain Zion, which it cannot remove, bind is forever. A mountain that are around it, around Jerusalem. So the Lord rounds that his people, and the hand that folds ever and ever, for the road of the wicked not rest upon to a lot of righteousness. Let those righteousness forward the hand of inquility. So if we forward our hand in inquility, God's truth is the combined that will set us free. Okay? You are drinking in despair because you want somebody to feel sorry for you, divine masculine. You want somebody to feel like the Five of Cups. So that, I mean, 555 is time for a change. And also 555 is to change the ways that you think with your mind, body, and soul. So if you think with your mind and you think about what you do and how you do things, it's there for what you want at least. Okay. I accept the Lord's house, the labor that veins to build it. I accept the Lord to keep in the city of a watchman who wakens, but in the vain. Okay? It is the vain, but you arise in the early. But set up is what you eat the bread of sorrow, for he has gone, beloved, to sleep. Lo of children in the inheritance of the Lord is the fruit of the womb that has been rewarded. As the arrows is in the hand of the man, mighty man, and so is the children in the youth. Happy is the man that has a, a quicker quill full of them, but they shall not be ashamed, for thou shalt speak with the enemies in the cave. Now, okay, so, what you mean about that? Seven of Pentacles. It's decisions. Decisions. Okay? Decisions. In my distress, I call unto the Lord. He hears me. Deliver me from my soul. O Lord, from lying lips. It's from defall the tongue. What shall we be given unto thee? What shall we give? What shall we done upon to thee with those false tongues? Sharp as the arrow is the mighty coal of Jupiter, wombs out the sojourn to me, and I will dwell in the tent of crime. So my soul as long as the well of him who hated peace. I am for peace which I speak, and they are for the war. Okay. What else, Father? God is just really giving this out. Death. Death. I will look upon my eyes unto the hill, for who comes to help. My help has cometh from the Lord in the heaven and earth. He is not to suffer, behold, to move, but keep what is not to be slumber. Behold, to keep Israel near the slumber, near sleep. But the Lord is to keep what that shall come upon the hands. And the sun that who smears to thee, in the day and the moon and light. But let those that who from shall preserve the soul. Let shall preserve out of who cometh from forth and ever and more. The high priest. Now, the high priest. Okay. So, for the high priest, it says, I will bless the Lord all the time. I will praise and shall continue in the mouth. My soul of her beast is in the Lord. Humble is her, therefore it will be gladdened. Oh, majesty of all the mindful, almighty of the Lord is within me. But let who exalt the name together. I exalt the Lord that who heard of me, deliver me from my fears. I look into him with the lightning, the face that will not be ashamed. But the poor man cried out, said, Lord, hear me to save him out of all his troubles. The angel of the Lord encamped it by the rounds about to fear in him, deliver him from. Oh, if I taste to see the Lord good, blessed is the man who trusts in him. Oh, the Lord, but yet of a saint, for there it will be no what he wanted to fear in him. But the Lord of the lion has lacked with suffering and hunger. But thy seek is the Lord that shall not have anything good. Come to ye children is the heart unto me. I have teacheth you to fear in the Lord. What is the man has desired the light and the love it in many days. The Lord has ceased so good. But keep the tongue of evil and keep the lips that speak guile. Depart from the good and seek the peace and perjure it. The eye of the Lord came upon the righteousness, and the ears that's opened by crime. They will face the Lord against them that do evil. So cut off and remembers of them from earth. The righteousness cry, and the Lord heard, delivered them out of the trouble. The Lord is a knight that came unto a broken heart, and who saveth by the concealed spirit. But those who are foreign to the righteousness, but the Lord would deliver him out of them. He kept them all bones, but all who broken. Evil slaying is the wicked, for thy who righteousness is theologians. So, what God is saying that the high priest has seen anything that spiritually, you got to fear in the Lord. You got to understand what the Lord has to keep. And when you know that when people are doing evil things as black magic, witch dogs, witchcraft, all of that, y'all got to know that when you come upon to the world, the Lord is who you're supposed to call upon, no matter what you do. Yahweh is an interpretation of Lord. Okay, Jesus, Yahweh, Jehovah is the same thing. There's one God, one nation, one Lord. Okay, and God said that the high priest is very spiritual in the time of love. Okay, and God said that he's in despair because he's pouting because he wants to reconcile a nation, reconcile with this empress, which that to blind her under a full moon. Okay, it says here, okay, it says, remember, O Lord, tender is my mercy, and thy love kindness that have ever been owed. I remember not the near sin by the you, and transgression is according to mercy. Remember those who are good and seek, O Lord. Good is upright of the Lord, therefore who teaches sinners the way. The meek who guides the judgment is the meek who teaches the way. All your path is the Lord, and mercy is the truth by keeping the covenant and his testimonies. And God said that is the truth. The Ace of Wands. Okay. Who is the King of the glory? The Lord is stronger, is mighty. The Lord mighty is in the battle. Lift your head, O ye gates, even though them up, O the everlasting doors, the King of the glory that shall come in. Okay. Baby, I'm hungry. My husband talking to his mother. Yeah, I'm hungry. So, what else you want to tell me, Father? The Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups. Okay. The Knight of Cups. Now, the Knight of Cups says, judge me, O Lord, for I have walked into my own inequality. I have trust and able into the Lord. Therefore, I shall not aside. Examine me, O Lord, not to prove me, and try to run to the heart. For though love kindness before my eyes, and those who I walk in the truth. I have set the vein of persons, but near that if I go and stumble, I have hated the congregation and the evildoers, but not to set up in the wicked. I have washed my hands and my innocence to come past the altar, O Lord, that I will not be punished by the voice and thanksgiving to tell of the wondrous works. Lord, I have loved my habitations into thy house and places where your honor is to dwell. Gather my soul as sinners of my life and the bloody men and those who handle mischief, there will be upright from the bright. But as for me, I will walk in the mind intelligent and redeem me for being merciful unto me. My feet standard, and even though the place of my congregation will I be blessed by the Lord. So the Knight of Cups wants to be blessed by the Lord. That is the Lord what's saying to this person is when you are putting yourself into a bloody vein of life, you're asking God for help. But God said, mischief. Your rage of people, your aggression of people, loving thy people, bringing the people to what we are. Okay? Okay? The Page of Cups. Okay? Okay, the Page of Cups is, if y'all notice, if y'all see that plane flying over in the water in the back and you standing on the ground, okay? You stand on the ground, right? This is what this is saying, is this. So only the things is in the season and the time as proposed underneath the heavens, and at the time will be born and to die. But in the plant is the time to pluck her up, which it is planted. At the time to kill, it's the time to heal, and the time to break down is the time to build up. As I weep in the time to laugh, it's a weep in the morning, but it's a weep to dance. And it says, to cast a stone, and the time to gather to stone together, it's the time to embrace, it's the time form, refrain to embracing. So you have to rebrace yourself. And it says, and also every man should eat and drink, enjoy the goods in labor, but in the gift of God, those that who not everything is put near to the things that took him from God, those that who made men that should fear him before. Okay. What else, Father? Yeah. Okay. King of Cups. So I return to consider my obsession that has been done underneath the sun. So I behold the tear to be the assessor, but they're not to be confronted by deciding the assessor by those in the power. Whenever I praise the dead as was already dead, more than it lived, which that you yet to be alive, but yet better that he turned as which he has not been, that who has not been evil work that has been done underneath the sun. So that means you've been doing work, black magic underneath the sun. Also, God want to read about the King of Cups. The King of Cups. I said to my heart, go to now that I will prove the mark of enjoying pleasures and also in vanity. I have been laughter. It is mad that the moth what doth it. I have sought out my heart, has myself unto the wine, and quickly to my heart of wisdom by laying hold of flows that I might see what was in the good of Son of Man, which I should do underneath the heaven in the days of life. Okay. The Six of Wands, people Okay. I I got me a servant or a maid that had them have the servant born in my house. I'm glad to pressure the great small cattle and all there were in Jerusalem before me. I've gathered the silver gold that pearls the treasure of a king, of provising that I got a man who sings, a woman who sings, delighting in the Son of Man and musical instruments of all sorts. But I have greater increases more that there were being Jerusalem also to the wisdom of mine is me. Whatever my eyes I disturbed that I kept from me, that within behold my heart is joy for my heart to rejoice in labor, which is the potion of all my labors. You gather people. And when I say underneath the sun, I mean that when God said underneath the sun, it means that the sun is the highest card. Then I look at the works of my hand, it is work, and then the labor. I have labor to do, and behold, vanity to be fastened in the spirit that who profound underneath the sun. And I have turned myself, behold, the wisdom and madness fold, which they can men do comment to a king, even though that has been done already. Six of Cups. Then I saw wisdom examine the fold of light, enlightenment of the excitement of darkness. The wise man's eyes had fold as the darkness that I had proved myself only would happen to them all. Then I said into my heart, happens by the fool. So happens even though even to me is why that I have more as wise. Then I said to my heart, this is also vanity. Okay, the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands says, for no remembers as wise than as a fool, everything which that it is not in the days that comes that forgotten. He would die as a wise man, as a fool. Therefore, hatred of life, it becomes to work and work underneath and grieving unto me, for that is vanity waxing in the spirit. But yet I hated my labor which I have taken underneath the sun, that I leaving unto the man that shall be after me. And those who know whether if a wise man can be a fool that has ruled into my labor, I have labored as whatever I swear myself as wise underneath the sun. That's also vanity. Okay. Four Pentacles. Therefore I have went to cause to my heart and despair to all labor which I have taken underneath the sun. For there were men who in labor is the wisdom and the knowledge of equality. But yet to the man that holds the labor, therefore shall leave the end to an opposition. They also vanity, even the great of evil. Money, money. So you call someone a gold digger, and God said that you will not touch his anointing. You will perish forever. And you know, one thing that I do know is like a lot of people don't fuck with me or my lives because I'm just too real. I'm just about me. But y'all go look on everybody else shit. And this how I feel about it. Like regardless if I speak the truth, I'm telling the truth. Y'all need to enjoy the truth. I enjoy knowing what the truth is. But it's okay though. The Two of Cups. I said to my heart, go to it now. I reprove to my mock for joy and pleasure. They're also vanity. Now I commend unto my own heart to say, lo, that I come greater to his state by Bugan of wisdom. But they all have been before me in Jerusalem, but yet my heart is still experiencing wisdom and knowledge. I'm giving my heart of wisdom, knowing that madness is the foe that presents also vaccine to the spirit. For though wisdom is grief, and he who increases the knowledge increases sorrow. Anything else? The Three of Pentacles. She is not afraid of snow for her household, for the household is the cloth who scattered. She made a come to cover herself and tapeless. Her clothes is silk and purple. Her husband knows of the gates which she sat among the elders of the land. She maketh the fine line and selleth it. She delivered and gathered the merchant. Strength and honor is her clothes, and shall rejoice that is coming. She opened her mouth of wisdom, and her tongue is lawful kindness. She looks in the way of her household, and eat not to be idleness. Okay. The Queen of Wands. Her children who rises up and call her blessed. Her husband also calls to praise her. Many daughters that have virtually has excitements to all favor and diligently by beauty for vain. But the woman fear in the Lord that shall be praised. Give her fruits to her hands, and her own work is praising into her gates. Okay. So the Queen of Wands is the word. Okay. What is my son? What is the son of my womb? Is the son of my vow. I give the strength of this woman, but near the wise will be destruction of a king. It is the king. It is the king that who drinks the wine and the prince who strongly drinks. Lust by drink have forgotten, preserving the judgment that it will be effectively giving the drink unto him has precious of the wine is therefore of a heavy heart. The heart of her husband, those who safely trusted her, and she shall have needing of spoil. She will do him good and not evil in the days of her life. She has seeked the wool and flaxen by the work quickly by her hand. She is like the merchant of the ship. She will bring her food from afar. She will rise away yet in the night by giving the meat to her household and the potions of her maidens. She considered the field, and by it is with the fruit of her hands, and she planted to her vineyard. She will gather the lions, and the strength is to strengthen her arms. She, as the majesty is good, her countenance goes not out about night. She will lay the hands unto the spread of her hands. She scratches out the hands of poorly, but yet reaches the hand of needy. Okay, two wands and eight of cups in the reverse. Okay. Okay. Now the two of wands says, and I have put my words into the mouth. I have covered indeed the shadows of my hands. I had planted in heaven and laid for the foundation in the earth that says to Zion to the ark of people. I have wakened, stand up out of Jerusalem, have drunken by the Lord, and came to fur by drinking and drug, and timberling by the wrong that who came out. Okay, the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups. He is near to justify with your conscience with me, but let those who stand together with the minds who stare, but let him come near me. Behold the Lord that who helps me, but in those who consider me, those who shall come out of the old garment, and the moth who eateth it up. Okay, what else, Father? Okay, Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles says, a king that shall be a nurse of a father of a queen is the nurse of a mother who bow down to thee and facing towards the earth and to lick up the dust that comes to the feet that shall come, that I am the Lord, that is not to be ashamed to wait for me. Shall the prey from the mighty is the lawful conceivably to be delivered. But those who sack the Lord is even though conceivably by might shall be taken away, and the prey that is terrible that shall deliver. For I am the content of him, and the content is with thee, that I would save the children. Save thy children. And God said that is the truth. The emperor. Okay. The emperor. Okay. It says for the emperor, he trusts on the Lord that would deliver him, and let him deliver him to see him delightful in him. But the ark who took him out of the womb, that is to make him whole, and upon my mother's breast. I, who cast from the womb, and therefore ark of God is my mother's belly. But do not from the trouble, but near those who none of the help. Many bulls can come past the stream, and by sheep, and besides of what grabs by the mouths and roar of the lion. I poured out like water, and the bones that came to joint. It's like the wax. It has melted the midst of the bull. My strength dwells impression by the tongue, covenant of my jaws, and brought out into dust, into the death. Okay. What else? The emperor. The star. Okay. The star. The star. It says here, a seed that shall serve the Lord, it shall according to the Lord in generations. They will come on to declare righteousness to the people, and the born that has it this. It said, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He will guide me and lay me down in pastures. He will lead me still water. He restore my soul and lead me by a path of righteousness. For his name's sake, yet though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I fear no evil. Thy ark is with me, thy rod and staff will comfort me. Will prepare a table before me, and presents of my enemies, and anointing my soul who runs over me. Surely in goodness I will follow all the days of my life. I shall dwell in the Lord's house is forever. The star will dwell in the Lord's house. The temporal angel, that which is the earth angel. So, and the coin of swords is the truth. So I'm going to end this live the way it is. So please subscribe and like on my live. This is the truth of this message. God bless.